So I think the question everybody's trying to figure out, what do you do with the markets trading at all-time highs? Are there any sectors that you see with potentially more upside moves? We had a lot of guests come on the show saying that financials have a lot more upside room when it comes to deregulation, and we may be seeing signs of that with some of the plans that Goldman has to acquire another bank.
So we certainly see pockets of value across sectors. We would very much point to this being a stock picker's market. Certainly not seeing very attractive valuation at the index level. When it comes to financials in particular, and we saw this from the US banks reporting earnings, expectations were sky high because this was a very crowded trade. Obviously, deregulation is great news for these companies, but this was largely priced into the stocks. If we think about that sector in particular, we actually still see some value in the alternative asset managers, Apollo, Blackstone. But really across sectors, the key for us is we're looking for durable secular growth stories that haven't been priced into stocks, and this is very idiosyncratic.
I want to also look at the tech trade. We're just talking about NXP Semiconductor being the biggest laggard on the S&P in the pre-market. It seems like there's a lot of volatility in a trade that a lot of people also turn to for safety. Last week, there was news from NVIDIA that moved it higher, news from ASML that moved it lower. I mean, I could just go on and go on. What's your take when it comes to the tech trade also, and keeping in mind some of that Stargate news that a data center deal hasn't been inked, at least not yet?
We're seeing a polarization within the tech space. Those companies that are aligned with the new technology stack and AI are on one side. Those that are really built on the old technology stack, which really goes to what we saw from NXP last night, have a very different story to tell. With Stargate, there are going to be delays. We saw a consternation about Blackwell delays when NVIDIA brought this to market. We'll be buyers of weakness on Oracle shares today. And for the first time ever, we're seeing today's big tech incumbents being challenged by new competition. And Oracle, we think, is really this cycle's Microsoft. Why? Because they've purpose-built their cloud infrastructure for accelerated compute, which is what is necessary for AI deployment at scale. It's 50 to 60% cheaper, 30 to 40% faster than the likes of Azure and AWS. And this is why Oracle was chosen in the first instance for Stargate, not Microsoft. Yes, there might be some delays, but if you're a long-term investor, I think you can see through this and see the opportunity to invest in new winners of the next decade. This happens with every major technology platform shift. You see a reshuffling of the competitive landscape.
One other question I want to talk to you about. We're going to hear from Jay Powell later today. A lot of talk about cyclical names. You already hit the financials. Are there any other the cyclicals, whether it's industrials, materials, small caps, that you see having a lot of upside potential in the back half of this year, specifically if we get a dovish Jay Powell later today?
We definitely see some latent value in the small mid-cap space, and I might actually point to some recent IPOs. This has been a market that has been closed for a very long time, and the quality of companies coming to market at the moment has really surprised us. And investors in general should always pay attention, we believe, to companies coming to market during technology platform shifts. But also those that do so in quite challenging macro market conditions, which has been the case for the first half of this year. So companies like Mountain, that is really doing what Meta did for social, Google did for search. They're doing that for CTV advertising. SailPoint in cybersecurity, Service Titan, which is sort of the operating system for trades. These are smaller companies. They're growing incredibly quickly. And we think they would definitely be a beneficiary of a more dovish Jay Powell if we do see that.